Hello, 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 and welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. It's funny. The weather is changing here, and I'm in Ohio, and it's getting warmer. So I have on my fan, I have my window open, and so I used to always wear jackets. So we'll see if it's a jacket moment though, because with this Mounjaro, you never know. You never know. So let's see, who do we have in the chat? We have Downsizing Diva saying hello, hello, happy Wednesday. We have Lakeisha. Hey Lakeisha, how are you? We have Jerlene. How are you? I'm seeing a lot of purple. Purple is a good color, isn't it? I love purple. It reminds me of Prince. I just love me some Prince. We have Jerlene. She says, hello, Didi and community. Good evening. We have Simply Taisha. Hey, ladies. I'm watching for my TV. I'm walking on my walking pad. I love the multitasking. Hi, Jerlene. People are saying hello, 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 hello. Linda's Journey. Felicia Marie B. Hello, hello. How are you, ladies? Okay, we have Bobby. How are you? She says, hi, everyone. I just cannot help myself. Why am I so animated? We have Sin. Look at the beautiful Sin. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? And I want to say, I remember you telling us about your weight loss, Sin. We have the male to the beat. Now she's just so male. You added the male to the beat. I love that. She says, happy hump day. Happy hump day, Didi and friends. I love that. Naturalista 20. Hello, hello. How are you? Who else do we have? Tammy. How are you, Tammy? How are you? And we have Beverly. Hey, Beverly. How are you? She says, hey, Didi and fam. We have Mary. Mary, you know what? I don't know. I think you switch up your profile pic more than anybody. I love that. I'm like, never know what I'm going to see. Look at her. Love it, Mary. Love it. And we have L.M. Davis. She says, hi, all. It's hot in Kansas today. Oh, my goodness. It's hot in Ohio. I'm telling you, my hair is like frizzed up, from the heat. I don't even know how I'm going to wear my hair this summer because this won't last. This will never make it because I don't have a perm, the perm that straightens your hair out. So, and I was thinking about reconsidering getting a perm, but you guys think I should do that? People were like, no, all the naturalistas, they were telling me, no, don't get a perm, don't get a perm. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Hello, my GLP-1 twin. Sandra, how are you? How are you? And that just reminds me, I made an update video. I did not go live on Sunday, and I made an update video. And I've had so much going on. When I tell you, this has been one of the busiest weeks for me. So I've just been busy, and tonight I had a lot going on. I had to do my daughter's hair. That in itself is a 2-hour job. I'm washing, I came on here, I have doctor's appointments coming up. It's got so much going on between now and Friday, not even the weekend, Friday. So anyway, I said all that to say, when Sandra, my weight loss twin, said that, I said, geez, Louise, I got to get that video out before Sunday when I go live and talk about, my weight loss. So my goal is to get that out tomorrow, but I have a lot going on tomorrow. So I don't even know if I can do it. It'll definitely, be Friday, if not tomorrow. But so yeah, I recorded it. I just got to edit it and get it up there. So all right. So who do we have anybody else come in? I'm just so fascinated by that. The male to the beat. I love it. I love it. All right. So today what we're talking about, wait a minute, we have a new person coming in. Heartily Happy. How cute is that? She says, hey sis, you look great. Hey, I love your hair. I love your hair. Look at you. You look great too. I love the emojis. In my classroom theme is smiley faces. Can you believe that? Right? That's so me. Smiley faces. And so when I see smiley faces, that makes me happy. All right. And then we have Black Squirrel. I love it. Black Squirrel, how are you? Okay. So, now they just took off Black Squirrel's tag right there, that comment. Look at that. That is not me. That is StreamYard. So if something happens and we go out, just know, stay in here because I'll be back. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'll be back. I don't know what's going on. I really think maybe it's my internet, even though it says I have the highest speed. So I'm going to be calling that internet company and finding out what's going on. My light is steady. I didn't even put up my new light. I'm telling you, when I say I've been busy, I've been busy. Yeah, it's just enough for me to talk to my friends on the phone here and there. If I could get one friend in a day, I consider myself lucky. All right, so tonight, this is what we're going to be talking about. So, I was on the internet. Bellflower, did I say hello to you? I see you in there, my friend. Where is she? Nicole, how are you? How are you? So, let's see. Okay, so we're going to be talking today about a study that was done, and this is like an older study, but I guess, the results have come out and revived themselves. And I don't know, maybe they added more details to this study, but it talked about, who lost, where would you lose the most weight? Which GLP-1 would you lose the most weight? Mounjaro versus Wegovy. So because I'm taking Mounjaro, I thought, you really don't see a lot of studies putting Mounjaro up, which is a diabetic medication, right, with head to head with Wegovy. I thought, what is up with that? So I stopped and read the article, and I was so fascinated with just the data of it all. And as I was saying before I was interrupted, so I saw that study, Mounjaro versus Wegovy, and I just thought this might be a good topic. Hey, Tangi, I thought this may be a good topic to do because we have so many people that are potentially being bumped off Zepbound, and now they have to go on Wegovy. And so if you're one of those people who wanted to know, and then Bev is in here too, who I know is on Wegovy. Anybody else in the chat on Wegovy? Anybody out there in YouTube land listening that's taking Wegovy? So, a lot of times we hear these things, but I think a lot of times they don't really sink in. So we're going to listen to some details about this study, how much weight you can potentially lose. And of course, these are like averages, right? So it's not, so you have some people who probably went over that, like a lot of us are doing on, Zepbound and Wegovy, like, people are at 39, 40% of their body weight loss. That wasn't in the study, right? So people are, on Zepbound and Mounjaro, like going far beyond that, but, they average out the highest and the lowest, right? To get that average there. So this study was the Surmount-5 study. Have you ever heard Surmount-5 study? It was conducted across multiple centers. And so this is why they, who knows why with this study? Who knows why they studied Mounjaro and not Zepbound? If you know why, tell me in the chat. Black Squirrel, yes. I'm a Mounjaro girl, so I'm always doing things about Tirzepatide because that's what I know, right? But yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about this Wegovy, and then maybe you can help me out because you're going to know more about it than I am because you're an actual user. All right, very good. I know Bev is also a Wegovy girl that I think she wants to switch over, though. You have to give us an update. So does anybody know why did they put Mounjaro against Wegovy? Why did they choose Mounjaro? Does anybody know? If you know, tell me in the chat. And if you don't know, we learned something new. I always love that when I learn something new. And I did too by reading this article. At first, I didn't know. Perfectly Pamela says, I'm curious how many of those who are no longer going to be covered for Zepbound will opt to pay out of pocket rather than switch to Wegovy. I know, right? And some people, though, I think are going to not have a choice if they want to stay in those. Like, what if you want to do like 12 and a half and 15? Right now, those vials aren't out, right? Unless it happened in the last couple of days. So you could do the vials up to 10 milligrams. But what if you're on the highest dose of Wegovy? Some people might want to be on that higher dose of Zepbound, even though Zepbound works, a little bit, better with the 2 GLPs instead of the 1. So I don't know. We shall see. Somebody says, how much have you lost? Me? How much have I lost? I have lost 4 pounds. I think I lost 69.4 pounds. And I've been taking Mounjaro this is my 15th month. I can't believe this is my 15th month. So my goal is, and you'll see in my update, I'm not going to say, hey, you'll see in my update Thursday or Friday, if I made it to that 70 pounds, but that's my next goal is 70 and then 80 and then eventually 100 is, where I want to be. But I'm not even done yet. I think I probably have like 60 something more pounds to lose to get to that goal. All right, so Beverly says, Bobby, that's what I want to do. I want to switch from Wegovy to Zepbound. Have a doctor's appointment on the 30th this month, and you're going to ask them to switch. Okay, but is your insurance, Bev? I'm sure it's still going to cover it, right? So that's the number one question. Because of the need to study improved blood sugar and diabetes management with weight loss secondary. Okay, great guess, Mel. So Mel is guessing. I asked the question. What question did I ask? Oh, why do you think they studied Mounjaro versus Wegovy instead of Zepbound or anything else, in this particular study? What would make them do that? Let me see. Let me go back to see if anybody's, Kirsten, I got your name right today. Kirsten says maybe the study started before Zepbound. Okay. All right, that's a great prediction. Let's see. I think that's right, says Black Squirrel. That's a good thought, Kirsten. I think because Mounjaro was out before Zepbound, and they are exactly the same meds. So maybe they use Mounjaro to compare it against Wegovy first. All right, excellent guess too, prediction. And let me go back up to Bobby and then I'll tell you guys. Bobby says, Beverly, my doctor appointment is this Friday to talk about switching. You're talking about switching too. Now, wait, are you switching from Wegovy to Zepbound too? Are you doing that? She said in an email, that's fine, but she wanted to see me in person to write the script. Okay, do tell. Bobby's, I want to say you're on Tirzepatide, aren't you? Are you switching to semaglutide or are you on semaglutide and you're switching to Tirzepatide? I can't remember. I'm so sorry. I don't remember. But let me know. All right. Well, so a lot of you started to guess correctly there. So you are right. So I thought, why would they be doing this study? I was all excited about them studying Mounjaro, but the study, you're right. The study was planned before Zepbound was FDA approved. So if you guys remember, people used to take Mounjaro. Remember when that was a whole big debate? People used to take Mounjaro for weight loss. The doctors were just prescribing it for weight loss until the FDA came and said, no, you won't. No, you won't. So this study was done. So this was a head-to-head trial. It said it was designed and launched before Zepbound officially hit the market. And at the time of the study, as we know, Mounjaro was already approved for type 2 diabetes, but it was also being used off-label, right, for weight loss. And Zepbound is the exact same medicine. Who knows? Well, everybody knows the active ingredients is Tirzepatide, right? But Zepbound is FDA approved specifically for weight loss. So they just kind of rebranded it and put it back out for some. Isn't that funny that they had to go through all of that? They had to rebrand it and put it back out at the same exact medication, call it something different, repackage it, put it out for weight loss. So it says researchers used Mounjaro because it was already available and it was prescribed for weight loss related trials. The active ingredient in both of those, which is Tirzepatide and Mounjaro and Zepbound, are the same. So the data on Mounjaro's weight loss effects directly informs how effective Zepbound is too. So that's why it was okay to just do them both. Now, this is the thing. Now, we always hear, and I am a witness, we always hear that Mounjaro losers, people taking Mounjaro, diabetics, people are, losing weight, lose weight at a slower pace than people who aren't diabetic. And so how do you think that affected this study? Does anybody have a prediction? How do you think that would have affected this study? Because remember, it's the same exact ingredient. But if people on Mounjaro, people who are diabetics and taking Mounjaro are losing weight slower, how did they get around that? Like, how is that? Does that taint the study? What do you guys think? What are you guys thinking about that? Let's see. Okay. Beverly says, yes, I have Blue Cross and Blue Shield, and it's covered under my plan. Just have to pass the medical necessity part. Okay, very good. Good luck with that. 69.4. Wow, nice. Thank you. I'm so excited. I was telling somebody the other day, I haven't lost that much weight all at one time ever. The most I think I've lost is like 50 something, and I still have pounds to go. But the funny thing is now people at work, and I'm starting to get like those second looks, and I still see my second, my Now my face, I can see a change for sure, but my body, I still don't really see as smaller, right? And so sometimes I go into and work, and we have like those long mirrors in the restroom, and I look at myself and think, "Geez, Louise, I do look kind of smaller." And then it's days when I just don't think so. So it's funny how you got your mind has to catch up with your body. On a lot of these things. On my update, I'm going to show some pictures. Maybe I'll wait till Sunday that I took. And I thought, gosh, is this me? Like my body looks so much smaller than I picture myself being. So anyway, thank you for that. Heartily Happy. I love that name, Heartily Happy. All right, so Bobby says compounded semaglutide is going away. Instead of switching to Wegovy, I'm switching to Zepbound because it's better. I'm paying out of pocket either way. Yes, yes, yes. Instead of switching to Wegovy, you're just going to switch to that Zepbound. And I agree. If you're paying out of pocket, you may as well get what you want. So when we take a look at this study, I'm going to be asking you guys if you know about this study, because I'm a teacher, and I'm a firm believer in like doing and thinking. And when you do and think on your own, you kind of remember stuff a lot more than me just telling you. We're just going to actually answer some questions and try to figure this out. And you're going to remember it a lot more by you actually trying to think of the answers yourself, instead of me just telling you. So, I really believe when you're taking a medication, you should be so informed about it. And not that we have to know everything, but I think it's very beneficial to know a lot, right? To know a lot, because we already have learned, and if you have a great doctor, maybe you haven't, but we can't rely on what the doctors are telling us. We also have to be knowledgeable about, what we're putting in our bodies ourselves, like as much as we can be. So anyway, Kim J, Sweet Healthy Life. She says, I've been on the phone with my cell phone company and the issue still is not rectified. Oh my goodness gracious. Did you say what it was? I don't know. And people are saying hello to Kim. Bellflower says, I don't think the slower weight loss for diabetics was totally definite, as there are many losing fast as diabetics as well. Yes, and there are people that are. I'm not one of those folks. Dee, we're losing weight. It's so hard to look at ourselves, but someone else would see us and say, you're losing weight. Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. Well, I can see in my face, so I always can see that. Just it hasn't transferred to my body. Beverly, I'm good. Okay, I hope you are too. Okay, so Pam says, I think diabetics should have been excluded for the most accurate results. So Pam, you just read my mind, because that's what I said. This is not going to be accurate, but this is what they did. So that somebody was thinking smart. It said the trial involved 751 obese, non-diabetic adults, and it spanned for 72 weeks. Participants receiving Tirzepatide lost, how much do you think they lost in the percentage? Think of a percentage. What percent do you think people lost being on Tirzepatide? 751 obese people. If you want to take a guess, put your guess in the chat. What percentage of their body weight do you think they lost being on Tirzepatide? You want to take a guess? And I want to guess, but I kind of know. I always like to take a good guess. So what percentage of their body weight do you think people lost? Okay, Male to the B says 22%. 23% says Black Squirrel. All right. 20% says Perfectly Pamela. Male's changing her guess. Lakeisha says 20 to 20. I'm not going to call it a guess. I love the word prediction, because I feel like, that's us. Like we're doing some research here. So our prediction, 20 to 20, 25 to 30% says Lakeisha. The Real Journal Talk with V says 20% Jen, 20% Kirsten, 20% Felicia Marie B, 20%, and Beverly says 25. Okay, it's 20.2%, 20.2%. So that perfectly almost fits me. Jerlene says 20%. That perfectly almost fits me, because I say almost, because that point two, what is up to point two is going to follow me around. I should have on my birthday cake, I should have 53.2, because that point two just will not leave me alone. But it was 20.2% of their body weight. And so if you have surpassed that in the chat, say, what could you say? If you surpass that in the chat, say, that's me. So I'm gonna put that's me because I have surpassed. I hope if I don't type it doesn't bump me out. I'm scared to do anything. That's me. Bam. So I've lost 20, probably 0.2% of my body weight. So I'm like right on track with this study. Now 72 weeks though. They lost it. Am I? And yeah, they lost it. Yeah, I'm at how many weeks? I think I'm at 65 weeks now. So yeah, I've already lost that. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling this made my night. I didn't even think about this before now. All right. So what percentage of body weight? It says you can always see the weight loss in your face first. Yes, yes. I kind of like that because that's first thing I look at in the morning when I go to brush my teeth is my face, right? Heartily happy says 15%. Love it. Are you saying that's how much you lost or that's your guess? I don't know. Mindy, 37%. So, Mindy, you blew this study out of the water. I love that. That's me. Yes, yes, yes. Not yet, but you're close at Pamela, you're already at 19%. Jeez, Louise, you ladies. 30%. Bellflower, you're at 30%. That is incredible, Mindy. Mindy, that's 40% of your weight. Jeez, Louise. That's excellent. I don't know. That's okay, but you can calculate it though. That's me. You're down 22%. Awesome. Weight loss twin. That's awesome. I love that. All right, very good. Now, so these are that's the Tirzepatide, folks, right? Now, if you are Wegovy and you're on that semaglutide or you're on Ozempic, but they didn't count Ozempic, right? Because these are people that are not non-diabetic. So let me not mess up that part. So, what do you think the semaglutide folks lost? What percentage did they lose? We're getting some more percentages in here. Lakeisha, geez, Louise. Jen, geez, Louise. Lakeisha at 34, Jen at 45. Felicia Marie B, 18.8%. She put that 0.8 in there. I'm going to round you up to 19. It's me too. Yes, 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 yes. I love that. Kirsten, 24.8%. Geez, Louise, I'm just gonna round you up. That's a quarter of your weight. Jeez, Louise, 15, male to the B. I love that. That is awesome. Awesome, awesome. 15, 18, Black Squirrel, Real Journal. Oh, you guys are guessing. Are you guessing the semaglutide? I'm thinking that's your thing. Okay, I think these are your guesses. Because I know Black Squirrel said hers was higher than this. Okay, so you're saying 15, 18, 18, 12. Look at us. Maybe they lost like 10 to 12%. Okay, 15%. So, if you're one of those people that have to get off of Wegovy and get off Zepbound and switch over to Wegovy, this is good facts to have your doctor write because you guys are right. Your guesses are a little bit lower, and that is, correct. All right, let's see. What are you guys? Okay, Nicole Bellflower says 15%. Bobby says, I feel like Wegovy was in the low teens, 12%. Okay, semaglutide, 11%. Mel says, no, I mean the semaglutide. Yes, I figured that out. Thank you. Felicia Marie B, she says 10% for the semaglutide, 15% for Wegovy. Okay, so, what's the highest dosage for MJ? It's 15 as well. It goes up to 15 milligrams. All right, so dun, 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 dun. So the Wegovy was 13.7%. They are into the percentages too. I love that. The point, whatever, 13.7% after 72 weeks. So look at that. That's almost 10%. That's kind of significant. So when you're bumping people off Zepbound and putting them on Wegovy, I would definitely be including that fact in your appeal, if you have to do an appeal, or in your initial request to stay on Zepbound. That is significant. And 72 weeks, that's a long time. I mean, that's not like it's 6 months, right? That was over time. So good facts for sure. 28% over in these parts, and I'm on MJ. Yes, yes, yes. That's awesome. Excellent. Awesome. I'm on Zepbound. It's only been 3 weeks at 2.5, but I've already lost 4% of your body weight. That's awesome. That is awesome. So let me I'm scared to do this, but I'm going for it. If I get logged out, I'll be right back. Confetti for everybody. Yay. I love that. I love that. All right. So those are the facts. And you guys probably kind of already knew that. I don't know. Well, not really, because you didn't know the exact percentage. We always just know that Tirzepatide, you lose more. But now you know, according to this study, it's 20% for Mounjaro, 20.2%. If I were writing my doctor or appealing to my insurance company, I'm definitely including that 0.2. And then it's 13.7% for Wegovy, and 17 weeks is important. Tirzepatide users experienced a greater waistline reduction. Now, we don't often talk about the waist. And, I have measured myself, and I'm going to come out with the video probably, sometime soon, talking about my measurements, because I didn't share that. But that's probably going to I'm going to do it on a day I'm not feeling so hot, because that'll brighten my day, I'm sure. So I want you guys to tell me, what do you think? So Tirzepatide users experienced greater waistline reduction. So how many inches do you think that the Tirzepatide people in this study, users in this study, how many inches came off of that waist? Take a guess in the chat. What do you think? What do you think? I love this. I'm so excited. I feel like we're at like a game show or something. All right, what do you think? How many inches off that waist? That's another fact. If you're, appealing things to your doctor, I would definitely put in there. And who knows, any of us might have to appeal. I don't know if you guys watched my interview with Zepbound with Ange. I loved her, talking to her. But one of the things she said was she appealed, I want to say she was on Wegovy, and she wanted to get on Zepbound. And I don't know if it was a renewer or whatever wasn't approved. And she ended up appealing. She said she did it 3 or 4 times. I want to say it was 3. Could be 4 before it got approved. But she said she just did not give up. So these are some facts you guys can put in your appeals. If any of us, I'm not saying I'm free from that, because I may be one of those folks appealing. You never know, but hopefully not. All right, so you guys are coming in with some good guesses. All right, Real Journal Talk with V says 7. Black Squirrel says 4. Perfectly Pamela says 6. Mel says 5. Sandra says 10. Kim J says, hit that like button. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. She just came in there. Jerlene says 4 inches. All right. Beverly says 8 inches. Lakeisha says 5. Jen, I don't do before measuring. Not you. What do you think the study? We're making predictions. Okay. But she's like, I just don't do that. All right. So, all right. Anybody else? Oh, anybody else? Okay. So Tirzepatide users lost 7.2 inches. 7.2 inches. Can you believe that? 7.2 inches around their waist. Now, of course, if you have to take Wegovy because they're trying to boot you off of Zepbound, we got to know this. How many inches did people lose? So all those people who said 7, or you can round up to 7, or you were even at 8, you were, 7 and 8, that's good, but it was exactly 7.2. Now, what about if people take it, semaglutide, Wegovy? How many inches do you think they lost off their waistlines? What was their waistline reduction? I love this because I'm learning something new. Even well, I did when I was putting this together. I thought, wow, this is good information for me to know. Okay, what do you guys think? All right. Oh, you guys. Okay, so we have a 5 inches for Wegovy. We have a 3.5 inches. We have 3 inches. We have 5. We have 5. We have 3. All right. Anybody else? We have 6. Okay, so we have a span of 3 to 6. 3 to 6. That's a nice span. Did I get Jerlene? She said 5. Sorry, I answered the wrong one, but I know it's 8 inches. Okay. All right. All right. So I'm going to tell you guys, I don't see any more guesses popping up here. So it was 5.1. 5.1 with this study, the Surmount 5 Mount 5 study. It was and this study has been out there. A lot of people talk about this study. So 5.1 inches is what the semaglutide folks lost versus the 7.2. So that's what, like a 2.1 difference in inches, which, depending on what you think or, what you thought. Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys think that's significant or no? It doesn't jump out like the weight loss, right? The percentage of body fat, it doesn't jump off as much. So to me, if I had to be on Wegovy, that little thing would give me a little bit of hope, right? So Jen said, I thought people were saying how many inches they lost. No. We were taking a prediction in the study. That's okay, Jen. I knew you were. I said she thinks we're talking about her. So what do you guys think? Do you think that's a huge, big difference? The 7.2 versus 5.1 of weight loss, of measurement or inches lost off your waist. I mean, it's good. It's 2 inches. How much is 2 inches? Let me get my ruler. Of course, I have a handy dandy ruler. So 2 inches is about right from here to here. Can you guys see? From here, 2 inches from my nail right there. So that's kind of a lot. When I look at it like this, it's kind of a lot. But the number doesn't like stand out as like, oh my gosh, that's such a big difference, right? 7.2 versus 5.1. So Jerlene saying no. She said LOL. Nerd startup incubator. No, not a huge difference. Yes, that's at least one clothing size. Is that really one clothing size? Now, okay, so I'll take that. I could tell that my visceral fat is extremely low. I lost my tummy first. Zepbound is a no joke. All right, and I'm not losing my tummy first. I don't think 5 inches is a lot. No, I'm saying yeah, it is, but I'm saying when you compare it to the 7, I don't think it's that big of a difference. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's what I'm saying. Like 7.2, I thought it would be like 10 versus like 5, not like 7.2. I guess that's what I'm saying. But you're right. Every inch counts. I love that. That's less of a difference than I would have thought, especially with the weight difference. Yes, perfectly, Pamela. We're reading each other's minds tonight. That's what I'm saying. That was my thought. I think it's still great. Both of them are great, but I just thought it would be like a bigger span of loss waistline. To me, I'm more interested in what interests translate into their visceral fat. Yes. That's a good point. Yes, says Lakeisha. And Mel said, so let's go back to Mel's comment because she talked about it. I can tell you that my visceral fat is extremely low. I lost my tummy first. Zepbound is no joke. So, okay, so she says Zepbound is conquering that visceral fat for her. Lakeisha said, yes. Bev says, Mel, I know you know how many pounds do they say constant dress size? Please and thank you. So that's a great question. So somebody said that's a dress size, and Bev is saying how many pounds do they say? Do they mean like researchers say? That's a good question. I never thought about it because I think it also depends on if you're exercising or not, building that muscle, right? Because that's going to lean you out more. Doesn't it depend on all that? I would think. The male B, yes. Tirzepatide targets fat better than semaglutide. Okay, very good, very good. Now this is another question. And then we'll go into some other, kind of questions to see what you remember. So both medications have similar side effects. We know that a lot of them are similar, but it says fewer people discontinued on tirzepatide due to stomach issues. By how much? So what percentage of people do you think stopped tirzepatide versus the semaglutide, right? So if you think tirzepatide people stopped at like 10%, but semaglutide stopped at like 15%. So what is your guess with that? What do you guys think? All right, what are you guys saying? 5 is a lot. I suppose the GLP-1 mechanism, not the GIP. Okay, okay. Same for me, Mel. So this is weight loss with the meds or with exercise and eating in a calorie deficit too. So I think they were eating in a, yeah, it was like lifestyle. They just said lifestyle changes. So yeah, lifestyle changes. So we'll go with that. Let me see if it told me. But I remember seeing it said, because it had like a graph that said lifestyle changes. Let's see if I have that written somewhere to confirm that. Yeah, I don't see it confirmed, but I remember seeing that it said lifestyle changes. Yes, Bellflower, 100%. Me too, Mel. Belly and breast fat went away. I can't believe how much my breast has shrunk. I am I don't know, pleased. Or are you pleased? Are you saying I'm so pleased? 20%. Okay. Need startup. 15%, 12%, 17%, 13%. Higher percentage stop semaglutide versus tirzepatide. Yes, but we're trying to figure out the percentage. Forgot to add that point. 13.3. Okay. This was a hard one. I believe family members noticed weight loss in my face and legs first, but it wasn't much to lose like this is in this here belly. At this point, every area has gone down tremendously. Yes, and I think so too, but my belly still is like it's doing its thing, right? It's hanging in there. It's like refusing to go. It's refusing to go without a fight. I will say that. 8 to 10 pounds, I think, Bev. So 8 to 10 pounds is a dress size. Okay. All right. 13.1 to 0.15 or to 15%. Okay, so but this is, you guys are way up there. So it says both medications cause similar side effects, but fewer people discontinued tirzepatide due to stomach issues. So 2.7% stopped tirzepatide, while 5.6, so almost double, 5.6 people stopped semaglutide. And I can say that I really see why, because I used to take Rybelsus before I took Mounjaro. And when I tell you that Rybelsus made me feel, first of all, I felt bloated. I felt bloated like all the time, like stuffed. Like, so you couldn't really eat, right? Because I felt bloated. And because I wasn't eating, I was, of course, tired, right? And I did lose weight, but I just could not function. I just remember like my job was Operation Clean My Closet that summer. And I also wanted to exercise. I really couldn't do anything. I would get up, drop my daughter off at her summer camp, come back home. You know, my job was to tackle this closet, and I had, you know, every closet in my house. And I just remember myself like having my bags of stuff to, you know, that a pile I was donating, a pile I was, get thrown out because, you know, I couldn't use it no one could probably use it. And I just remember like sitting over that bag, like, oh my goodness, like going back, like doing this and just tired and couldn't function. And so I just was like, geez, Louise. And I remember going back to my doctor, and my doctor said those were the pills. Yeah, those were the pills. Now remember, the pills are 3, 7, and I want to say it goes from 3, 7, and it doubles to 14. And I should go get my 14 because I still have some 14 pills that I never took. I still have them here at home. But so I was just like, geez, Louise. So when I went back to my doctor, one thing I will say about that semaglutide is it does bring your A1C down super fast. It really does. Now I would love to see a study because I almost think it must do it quicker than Tirzepatide, and that was what it was created for anyway. So I'm not really shocked. But when I went back to the doctor, and I can't remember how many points down I was, but this was when was I? Yeah. So my doctor said, oh my gosh, you've added so many years onto your life. Just you lowered your A1C. And this was like from June to August. So 3 short months. And I said, yeah, but I can't function. I can't function. I got to take care of my daughter. I said, I got to go to work. And I could not function on that semaglutide. And, you know, it did make my stomach. So those were my side effects. But my stomach, it wasn't. And then if you ate something, you know, like now I've been on it for so long. So I think my body is used to this, you know, if I ate something fried and greasy. But when I was first starting out on Mounjaro and I ate something fried and greasy, I did have like a bout of diarrhea. Like it was, there today and gone tomorrow. But when I was on Ozempic, if I were to eat something, well, not Ozempic, Ribelsis, which is the Ozempic in a pill, when I was taking that, it's like, geez, Louise, like you could forget it. I was done for the count if ever you tried that. So I don't know how people, I don't know, maybe your stomach gets used to it, but I could not eat anything that wasn't, you know, non-greasy because you would have those side effects. So I see why people get off of it if you're still determined to eat like that. Those rich foods, like they do not gel with Ribelsis, in my experience. I've heard other people say that, but I could definitely vouch for them. All right, so what are you guys saying? What are you guys saying? What are you guys saying? Okay, so I think I read that, Kim. Okay, Nerd Startup. Nerd says, my sister is 5'6", and she feels that her belly didn't really start to shrink until she got to 140. Okay, good. So somebody I can relate to, because I mean, my stomach has shrank, and we'll see what the inches say, but it wasn't the first to go. It's like the last to go. Significantly. Good for her. Good for her. I hope she took waist measurements. Really, Dee Dee? Wow, I didn't know the pills were as potent. Yes, those pills work. They do work. Bev, and I wonder, I always wonder, I know pills, I don't think pills don't work as well. I think they don't get started in your system as well, right? Because if you want, like if you took a Tylenol and they have the gels, or if you took a Tylenol in the pill, if you want faster relief, you would take the liquid, right? Because it'll get to your system faster. But that doesn't mean that the pill doesn't work as well, it's from my understanding. So I think the pill is just not as quick. I think that's the thing that kind of is what's going on with that pill. But that pill was effective. So if something were to ever happen where I just had to be on something, and now I pay a copay, I didn't even have to pay a copay to be on Ribelsis. Like, if I were taking this Ozempic and my doctor looked it up, she said, with your insurance, it would be free, totally free. You wouldn't pay a thing. But I just couldn't take it. Like I thought, if I can't take the pill, I definitely can't take the injection. And I took the pill because I was afraid of the injection, and because that's before I knew how easy peasy lemon squeezy it was. This time I was still in my fear mode and thinking, no way, I'm not taking an injection. And that's what made me take the pill. So yeah, I'm about to do a video talking about those differences because, like I said, if I had to do something, I think I would just probably, like if I didn't, something happened with that pill that's coming out with, Novo, that's coming out here soon. The FDA just approved that. Didn't they just approve that pill? That pill will be out here in no time. But if something happened where I couldn't do any of those, would I go back to a Ribelsis? I would, but I would just have to have my mindset together, right? I would have to be retired. Because then I wouldn't be expected to do any work, to go and do a full-time job. Because I'm telling you, that medicine, but maybe now that my body is used to taking the GLP-1, I may have a different experience. I just thought of that. I might. I don't know. Bobby says the research is making me even more excited to switch to Zepbound. Yes, in 16 weeks on semaglutide, I'm down 5%. I'm fine. So you have to keep track when you do that switch. You got this percentage. Keep track of another percentage. Do the same amount of weeks that when you get on Zepbound, and do a percentage. And I don't know, you would have to be kind of like on the same dosage kind of lineup, I guess, for it to be 100% accurate. But it'll be interesting to see, like when you do the comparison, how that works out. That'd be great content for your channel too, because people want to know about that. Don't forget to hit the like button, ladies. Like. Thank you for those that hit that like button. Awesome, Bobby. I saw your thumbnail in a recent video. You are doing great. 0.5 milligrams is an equivalent. 0.5 milligrams equivalent to Ozempic injection. Oh, okay. Is it? I'm not sure. Bobby, why did you choose Sema? Good question. I didn't really choose Sema. My doctor offered it, and I didn't really know the difference. Yes, and that was me too. But when I started Ozempic, Ribelsis, there was not I don't know. Was there a Mounjaro? She never mentioned a Mounjaro. She just mentioned Ozempic. So it could have been out, but I don't think so. I don't think it was approved. Does anybody know what month was? Because I know what month I started taking Rybelsus. What month was Mounjaro approved? Like, I gotta find that out. Oh, I'm getting hot, hot, and hot with these lights. Bobby says, which one was bad for not doing more research? Well, which was your bad for not doing more research? Okay, yeah. Okay, I don't know what Mel is meaning by that, but I love the way you guys answer those questions really quick. Bobby answered Jen's question. Okay, so who remembers? So let's just do a quick review before we head out of here. Who remembers how long was this trial conducted? Does anybody remember? I'm not even going to give you choices. I'm just going to see if you remember that number. Who knows how long this study was? What do you guys think? Do you guys remember? How long was it? How many weeks? It was weeks. How many weeks was this study? And you got to think about it when doctors are talking to you guys about the results, this and that. They're probably looking at this study. Most people that talk about the studies are looking at this study, and so with the comparison. So it's kind of good to kind of know what we're talking about. And for any newbies out here, this is great information. Let's see. Okay, so Bellflower, I see the guesses of predictions. I got to correct my language there. I want to use the word predictions. Bellflower says, I was saying that 14 milligram pill was equivalent to 0.5 of Ozempic injection. My brother got off because it wasn't enough and switched to the injection. Okay, gosh, that 14 was powerful. But remember, now I wonder, I'd be curious to know what my reaction would be because I'm on 10 milligrams. I've been on that of Mounjaro for 6 months now. And so I'd be curious to know how I would feel on something else. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? My arms seem to be decreasing turtle slow. I'm keeping faith and works a lot. And I think you're comparing your arms to what these other girls are doing. I think your arms look great. I think for the size you are, they look great. And you're coming down. I think they look better than you think. But I know where you want to be. And so, yeah, I do get that. People always see us different than we see ourselves. But I think you should keep up the great work. Mel says those Novo Nordisk pharmaceutical reps are out hustling. They are, aren't they? They are. All right, so you guys are guessing. 17 weeks, Pam says. Perfectly Pamela says. Sandra says 72. 72. We got another 72. We got a 68. We got a May 2020. Mounjaro. Okay, May of 2000. So my doctor, I think I started taking that in 23. So my doctor probably didn't know much about it. She just knew Ozempic. Okay, so thanks, Keisha, for that. Nerd says 68 weeks. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys, if you said 72 weeks, you were correct, Amanda. Yay! The 72-week folks get it. Yes. 72. Let me put up 72. It looks like I'm giving the 60. But I love to give everybody confetti. All right, so that's cool. We got that 72-week study. So that's a nice little time, though, don't you think? I think that's a nice length of time. So we can't say it's too fast, right? They didn't, give it enough time. They gave it a lot of time. So what was the average percent of body weight for those taking Mounjaro or Zepbound or Tirzepatide? Let's not say Zepbound, but Tirzepatide, because Zepbound wasn't approved for the weight loss. But really, it's the same medication, rebranded, gave it a different name. Bam, this is for weight loss. What was that percentage again? Who remembers for taking Mounjaro? Do you guys want to guess what was the percentage of loss? All right, Pamela says 22.2. I love how she has that 0.2. All right, what do you guys think? Mel to the B says 22. Okay. She didn't put the 0.2. Anybody else want to take a guess? 22.2. That's funny. 22%. Okay. 21. Okay. All right. This is so interesting. We're in the 20s. Anybody else want to take a guess? 20%? Okay, Keisha says 20%. So far, nobody has the exact answer yet. Oh my goodness. Oh no, it was 20.2. Yes, perfectly, Pamela. And then Real Journal Talk with V says 20.2. It was 20.2%, the Mounjaro. Okay, very good. So if you are taking Zepbound or Mounjaro, you can look at that number and say if you can get to that 20.2%, really get to that 20.4% or 0.3%, you have outdone the study. So that's pretty good. And so many of you already have outdone the study. Now, remember, you guys are outdoing this study in a smaller amount of time because this was 72 weeks, right? So, geez, Louise. And another thing is most people in this study followed that titration schedule of 4 weeks on this, 4 weeks on that, 4 weeks, they went 4 on 2.5, right? Because that was the titration schedule. So some of you aren't even at the 12 and 15. Some of you have lost that on 5 milligrams, right? All right, very good. That's why think they need to redo a study, do another study, and let people titrate, like maybe track the titration schedules. All right, so what about Wegovy? What did the Wegovys lose? What percentage of their body weight? Do we remember that? So it was a 72-week study, 20.2% lost on Mounjaro. Wow, these many folks, but not these many folks, this percentage of body fat was lost taking Wegovy. Sorry, Wegovy, but 13%, I'll take that. If I had to be on Wegovy, 13%, I think that is great. All right, Mindy's in the chat with the guest. All right, Mindy, Mayor Mindy, I love that. Bev says, I don't remember. Sorry, I'm MIA right now. I'm on the phone with hubby who is out of town. Tell hubby we said hello. Hello, safe travels. Nerd startup. I'm just gonna say nerd. Guys, when did the $25 a month Oprah like Mounjaro cost for everyone in? That's so funny. Oprah, like, I'm trying to figure out if I would have gotten in on that based on when I first consulted with my doctor about it in May of 2023. Yes, that's a great question. If anybody knows that, please help her out. Yes, yes, yes. I love that. So Mindy is saying third. I would be interested in that too, because I'm like, my doctor did not mention, she didn't know about Mounjaro. I'm almost positive. Mayor Mindy is saying 13.7, 13. We got a 15%. We got another 15%. I think that Mindy's right at 13.7. Anybody else want to take a guess? We do have a correct answer in the chat. All right. You guys are right. It was 13.7. Mayor Mindy, you are right. Jeez, Louise. Okay, so now this is a question in the chat. Just put A, B, C, or D. This is like all of our knowledge. We're going to show what we know. We got bragging rights. We got bragging rights. We know about the GLPs. We got bragging rights. Okay, so which hormone receptors does Mounjaro target? Only the GLP-1, only the GIP, that's B. C is both the GLP-1 and the GIP, or D is neither the GLP-1 or the GIP. Which one is it? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think? Oh, I'm so sorry about that, nerd. Yes, look at that. She told me it was $1,000 and then I could lose my hair. I would go. Did she say your doctor? I would go back to her with the facts. Jeez, Louise, that annoys me because look at you could have been, but everything happens for a reason though. So, jeez, Louise, but that's annoying. All right, my other weight loss twin says C. Okay, my weight loss twins are in here. Jeez, Louise, C and C. Okay, C. Nerd says okay. I read that. C, yes. Mel, look at Mel with the long answer. I love it. Mindy C, Tangy C, Naturalista C, Tammy C. You guys are good. Wait. C. Jerlene came in the chat with C. Black Squirrel came in with C. Debbie, Felicia came in with C. Debbie's Weight Loss Revolution. She came in with C. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, there was a point you had to answer if you were type 2 diabetic, but of course people say yeah. Okay. Yeah, because they probably wanted to get on it, huh, Jen? They're like, uh-huh, uh-huh. Okay. All right, so let me just tell you really quick, and then I'll read Nerd's comment. It was C. It was, we know they have those two agonists, GLP-1 and GIP. You guys are good. You guys are good. All right, I was a year postpartum, and I could not lose weight. I feel like it was inhumane not to give me more info. I know I could have done more research, but the fear they put in me, they said I needed to be a type 2 diabetic. Jeez Louise. So can you tell us do you still have that same doctor? Because if you do, I would go back to her with the info. Our favorite educator taking us to school tonight. Yes. Okay, so let's answer the next question. Thank you for that. Which hormone receptor does Wegovy semaglutide target? Is it A, just the GLP-1, B, only the GIP, C, both the GLP-1 and the GIP, or neither GLP-1 nor the GIP? So A, B, C, or D? All right, you guys are putting your answers in the chat. So while she's there, you guys are putting your answer. I'm gonna read Kim's Kim J's. We help. I always want to say Kim J's. We help your life. Yes, Bellflower, slow and steady, although a bit worrisome on some pics. I'm feeling better now with a slow and steady. I had to pray about it to get a different positive perspective. Yes, I love that. And you know, prayer does can change things and does change things. So good for you, Kim. So Mayor Mindy is saying A. Felicia's saying A. Lakeisha's A. Black Squirrel is A. Okay, I'll be back to your comment, Nerd. Okay, we got A. Jerlene, A. Okay, so Nerd is saying, hope not the same doc. Okay, nope, not the same doc. I pay out of pocket now, started in August of 2024 for Zepbound. Okay, yeah. No, I hope she's more informed now so she could be giving somebody else better advice or, instructions. Jeez Louise. All right, so you guys were right. It is only a GLP-1. Very good. Only GLP-1. All right, so let's see. Now, I don't know. We didn't talk about this. Oh. Yeah, that's a hard one. We didn't talk about this tonight, so you might not know that. But this is a good, this is a good something to learn. So it says, what percentage of participants taking Mounjaro do you think, now this is do you think, because I don't think I said this, lost at least 25% of their body weight? So if on a scale from 1 to 100%, what percentage do you think of people lost at least 25% of their weight? I didn't say this, but what do you guys think? Knowing what you know, being as clever as you are, what do you think? What percentage? Now this was a tough one. I don't think I wouldn't have gotten this right. Because I think I would have been off. All right, you guys had some good guesses. Okay. All right. You're not gonna believe this answer. Anybody else want to put a guess in the chat? So the question is, what percentage of participants taking Mounjaro lost at least, right? That's key, at least 25% of their body weight. That's significant, 25%. They at least lost that. All right, so I'm going to tell you guys have some good guesses. We're going to see what your predictions are. Okay, Sandra says 63, 50%, 40%, 65, 15, 35, 55, 10%, 10%, 70%, 45, 75, 25, 80, 70%, 50%. It was 32%. Can you believe that? I'm shocked because I would have thought it was more than that, right? So 32% of people taking that Mounjaro, which is the Tirzepatide in that study, at least 32% of them at least lost 25% of their body weight. So if I were guessing, without, making a prediction without knowing this or seeing it, I would have said 50%. I would have said probably between 40 and 50%. So, yeah, I would have thought, but yeah, would have thought I was under guessing, right? So 60, that probably would have been my max. But geez, like, yeah, it was only 32%. Okay, so knowing that, now think about the data from before. What do you think the Wegovy study percentage showed? So the Wegovy, what percentage of participants taking Wegovy lost at least 25% of their body weight? This is going to be important because a lot of people might have to end up on this Wegovy, and I can see them switching people over to Wegovy and saying, you got to be on it and prove it doesn't work, and then maybe they'll approve Zepbound. So gosh, this is good data for those people because I'd be comparing what I'm losing to what the study said. But I wouldn't want to go 72 months. That's a long time. All right. So what percentage do you guys think? Let's see. Mel said, I reviewed the study, clearly don't remember much. Well, yeah, that's why I'm trying to, have you guys involved in it because you won't remember if you just read it and, like unless you're sharing the facts with somebody, it's not going to stick in your mind unless it was a particular thing that resonated with you. I guess so, since the average was over 20%. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So is this the guesses starting? Okay, so Sandra says 31, Geraldine says 25, Felicia says 7, Naturalista 12, 24%. I'm 2 pounds away from hitting 25%, and you're on 12.5 milligrams now. Wow, good for you. That is awesome, awesome, awesome. Very good. We're gonna have to give you some confetti. Yes, yes, yes. I love that. Okay, she snuck in with a fact there. I had to share that. That's so cool because it goes along with what we're saying, right? About you know, um the percentage. All right, so Mel says that's good information. So those who are type 2 diabetics should be thrilled. Many in our community are losing more. Yes, but remember this study didn't have any diabetics in it though. This study did not. They studied people who weren't diabetic, right? Because they were using it for just the weight loss. So yeah, so that's important to remember. All right. So this is Wegovy. Question again: what percentage of participants taking Wegovy lost at least 25% of their body weight? Now we said the people taking Tirzepatide lost 32%. So what is your guess? So here are the predictions. So we have 20%, 25, we have 18. And now you know it's low, 25%. It's Darium says 33. Mel says 52. 15. We got a 20. Hey there, Darium. We got a 52. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, it was only 16, and I say only. I never want to use only that much, because I don't really think it's an only. But compared to the 32, now think, isn't that double? Isn't that double? So double the amount of people, right? Because 16 times 2 is 32. Double the amount of people lost weight, more than 25% of their body weight taking Mounjaro, Zepbound, Tirzepatide. I would be using that fact, bam, if I had to write an appeal for sure. Or if my doctor was trying to give me a hard time, even if my doctor was trying to give me a hard time, I would take these facts to her and say, no, ma'am, no, you won't. This is why I need to be on Zepbound. Now, I will say, if Wegovy is working for you, stick with it, right? Until it doesn't. Our girl Bev is in here, and that's what she did. She stuck with Wegovy until now. She feels like the point she wants to switch. But when it was working for her, she did not give up, right away. So I love that. I love that. And I think too, unless it's money issues where you got to rush that weight loss, I think slow and steady is the best way to go. I do realize some people are like, I got to just get on here and lose what I can because I can't afford to be on it. But then you got to maintain. So anybody who did that, does anybody know of anybody who thought, I'm losing this so fast and then I'm going to go on maintenance and get rid of the medication? I would love to know, where are those people at? Show up in this chat. Come on live with me. Let me know what has happened. What are you doing? How are you maintaining? Is that food noise back? Is that appetite still suppressed? I want to know, because I think I've heard a lot of people say that that's what they were going to do, especially since the compound is going. They're going to try to lose as much as they can to that November, December expiration date, and then they're going to be off of it. And so you got to remember to come back to Downsizing Diva and let me know all about it and how it's going. Anybody who's thinking about getting off, I just would love to know, how you're doing. And we do have some people in maintenance, right? But these people, I don't think they necessarily lost quick, fast, in a hurry, just because if things were changing. So it's a little bit of a different perspective. Okay, you guys are good. People are saying hello to Devo Darium. Yes, I like that. Wegovy works. Black Squirrel, thank you for coming in with this. I love it. Wegovy works. I've lost 70 pounds but stalled now, and I wait, you want to switch to Zepbound? But you lost 70 pounds. Oh my goodness. That is awesome. Wait a minute. Let's give her the confetti. Yes. You know what? That is amazing. You've lost 70 pounds. Okay, so you've stalled. So how long has that been? Is it months? Or is it just two weeks you didn't lose? Because I think we have to clarify what a stall is. I think people are confused about that. You probably are not, but I just hear people saying they're in a stall, and truly they are not. They think they are, but they're really not. According to the definition, not according to Downsizing Diva. Okay, so hopefully she'll let us know. Random, I would love to know what people in the chat consider slow weight loss. How many pounds, percentage of loss, length of time? Yes, 8 weeks stall. Okay. All right, so that's a couple months. So that might technically be a stall if you're doing all the same things. You're not, changing anything. You didn't stop exercising. You didn't go from working out 5 days to 3. You didn't go from eating, 1,800 calories to 1,400, or 1,400 to 1,200. You kept the same, everything the same, and you're just not losing. That's a stall. All right. So, yeah. So how are you going to switch over? You think your doctor's going to do that? Like, what's your plan? Are you on compound? No, you said Zepbound. So you want to switch to Zepbound because you're on Wegovy. So is that going to be a easy, breezy, lemon squeezy transition? Geez, Louise. All right. So are we answering Darian's question? Let me answer. It says, I would love to know what people in the chat consider slow weight loss. How many pounds, percentage of loss? That's a good question. That's like a let me think about it, but we don't have time to think type of question. Let me see. I consider a slow weight loss. I consider a slow weight loss like 0.2 pounds, an average of between 0.1 and 0.3 pounds a week, maybe. I think anything 0.5 or higher is not slow. They say that's average, maybe 0.5. In my mind, I think maybe that is slow, but technically, I guess it's not. Yeah. Okay, what are you guys saying? My girlfriend lost 85 pounds on Wegovy, and her doctor wants to switch her to Zepbound in July. Now, why does her doctor want to switch her? Bellflower, why? Tell us. Jeez Louise. Okay. I can't take Wegovy because my mother had a severe allergic reaction to Ozempic. My doctor doesn't want you to chance that happening to you. Yeah, and I think that's smart. That's smart. Sorry about that for your mom. Jeez Louise. Darium, slow weight loss and a stall are thrown around too much. We're slinging it around. Darium, I would consider less than 0.5 a week on average to be slow on a GLP-1. Okay, that's what I said. Less than that 0.5, between 0.1 and I said 0.3, but I guess it technically would be 0.4. But I think 0.4 is not that bad, so I'm going to stick with my 0.1 to 0.3. I think people have different definitions, for sure. I agree with that. Honestly, I'm going over my calories. Just eating too much has brought on my stall. Okay, okay. So technically, then you're kind of just like stuck. It's not really a stall if you're going with the technical definition, but we get the point. The scale is not moving, right? And it was before. So yeah, you just have to adjust those calories. But I love that you could even pinpoint. A lot of people wouldn't even be able to pinpoint that. That's a good question, Darium. If normal weight loss is a half a pound to 2 pounds a week, anything lower might be slow. Yes. That's what I would think, right? If you're following the definition. Well, Darian, we all know that 0.5 to 2 pound is average. So I'd say 0.4 and under is slow. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even though I'm saying 0.1, I'm saying anything under 0.3 and under, because 0.4 to me is not that slow, but technically it is if you're following that definition. She has another 65 to lose, and she is on Wegovy's top dose. Okay, okay. Oh, wow. Emil's agreeing with Jen. Okay, Darian, that was a good question that got us thinking. Okay, I have a few more questions. Ooh, oh, what about this? Now, we talked about those. This is going to be tricky. I'm pretty sure. Oh. Okay, I'm sorry. I just got caught up with this question. Okay, so what was the average waist circumference reduction in participants taking Mounjaro? Now, I didn't say that, but I'm going to give you some choices and you take a guess, because we didn't really say what the waist circumference was. We said, what did we talk about? We talked about the inches, I believe. No. What did we talk about? Oh, it was on this page. We talked about the waistline reduction. We talked about it in inches. Now, this is more in like centimeters. Now, I don't know. Is that a fair question? We're converting centimeters to inches, but we're doing it. From Portly to Round. Jeez Louise. So what is the average weight circumference reduction in participants taking Mounjaro? So let's go with what I told you, because that's going to be confusing. They want us to convert. So how many inches did people taking Tirzepatide lose? Who remembers the number? It's in inches. I gotta give you choices because we did talk about that. It's, if you want to go back in the chat, it's in the answer is not in the chat, but you could probably remember. So what do you guys think? What are the inches? Don't take notes. You got to put it in your memory. Okay, all right. What do you guys think? Okay, so Darian. Oh, Darian. Okay, you said I've been in a lot of lives and a lot of vids, and people say I am losing slow. I only lost 2 pounds or 3 pounds this week. I just wonder what's slow. You hear that about 2 pounds? Or now, you know what? I have heard that, but the only people I've heard saying that really is guys. I've heard some guys say I only lost because they're used to losing 3 and 4 pounds. But I don't think I've heard a lot of women say that. About the 2 pounds, yeah. But I think sometimes if you've had like a 3 pound or 4 pound loss, and then the next week you have 2, you might get that reaction. But yeah, if I lost 2 pounds, I'm like, that's so good. Jeez Louise. Okay, waist. I love that. Portly to rotund. Okay, so she's saying 3. You're doing well since some don't get that level of loss from week to week. At least I did not. Yes, that is good. All right, so here are some guesses. Okay, ooh, we got a perfect answer. Okay, we got 7. We got 7. We got 7.2. We got a 5. We got a 7.2. We got a 7. We got a cute tumbler. I love my little tumbler. Thank you. It's like a, what's it called? Coldest water bottle. Okay. So we got a couple people that were exactly right. Black Squirrel, she was right. 7.2. I think Jerlene said that too. 7.2. Exactly. Very good. So it was 7.2. If you were taking Tirzepatide, you lost 7.2 inches. Now, Wegovy, all hope is not lost with you. How many inches did people take in Wegovy? Who remembers what we said? Remember, it wasn't that big of a reduction, the difference between the two. So what was Wegovy's semaglutides? Mel says, I'm so wrong. By the way, women lose more on Zepbound. Yes, I even made a video about that, how women lost more on Zepbound. When I saw that story, I was like, yes, something we could say we did more with weight loss, because usually we never hear that or see that. All right, so we have some guesses in the chat. All right, here we go. Okay, so we have 5. 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 5 something, 5 point something. Pamela says. We have 4. We have 5.1. There's that point. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so we'll go back to Darium's question after I reveal. Did anybody get it right on the dot? Let me see. I want to make sure I'm accurate. I thought it was a point something. Yes. Did anybody get it perfectly? Sandra, she got 5.1. It was 5.1. Yes. So if you're taking that Wegovy, 5.1, trimmed down off of that waist. That's good, though. That's very good. Very good. Okay, I think I have one last question. And then, oh, no, I have 2. I have 3. This last question is a male B question. Male to the B. You will love this, and Taisha, you guys will appreciate this, my last question. So we got 3 more, and then we're going to celebrate, and we're out of here. Okay, so you guys are doing an awesome job, might I add. All right, so this is a question. Which medications show better improvements in blood pressure, blood sugar, and cholesterol levels? Now, I did not say this, but we're going to infer. We're going to use inference. What do you think? Which medication? Was it Mounjaro or Wegovy or both? That's the trick part, right? Mounjaro, Wegovy, or both? Type your answer, please, in the chat. What do you think? Which medication show better improvements in blood pressure, blood sugar, and cholesterol levels? Oh, we got some guesses. Oh, Mindy came in strong with an exclamation point. And Darium, you are so funny. You just crack me up with your little word. All right, so some good guesses. I love it. I love it. Okay, so all right, let's see. So our predictions, guesses and predictions. Okay, so Sandra says Mounjaro. We got a mail to the B, Zepbound. Mounjaro, both. Mounjaro with 2 exclamation points. Both, says Isdarium. Black Squirrel, Manjo. Mounjaro, we got an MJ, we got a both of them. We got both. All right, so believe it or not, it is Mounjaro for the win. Woo! We were shooting the basket. We got points. Jeez, Louise. She said both. No, it's actually better. That's the key word. Better improvements was that Mounjaro. So Mounjaro had better improvements in blood pressure, blood sugar, and cholesterol. So here's a question. What common side effects were reported with both medications? Just based on what you know, we talked about side effects a little bit. So I'm going to give you some choices. Put A, B, C, or D in the chat. You guys are doing an awesome job. We're almost done. We're almost done. So headaches and dizziness. Remember, these are the common side effects that people reported with both medication. Headaches and dizziness, nausea and digestive issues, insomnia and fatigue, or dry mouth and blurred vision. As they say, dry mouth, I gotta lick my lips. So A, B, C, or D. I'm gonna repeat and then we'll go to the prediction. So A, headaches and dizziness. B, nausea and digestive issues. C, insomnia and fatigue. Or D, dry mouth and blurred vision. Which one do you think? So you guys are so funny. Okay. All right, so we have finally, I'm a bad student tonight. I've been multitasking. No, that's okay. So hopefully you're remembering. End of day, end of the day, Eli Lilly wins. Jen's like, that's all I gotta know. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we have B. We have GI issues, which was B. Was it B? Okay. We have B. We have B. We have B. A B. A B. A B. A B. A B with the poopy sign. A B. A B. A B. A B. 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 B B B B B B B B B B B B B B B B B. Okay, and my long-term relationship with the insomnia. Okay, so that would be a C. Okay. B, but A and C be getting me. I love that. I love that. I don't love that it's getting you, but I love how you came in with that. All right, so you guys, you said it. It was B, nausea and digestive issues. Those were the two reported with both. I love that. So last question of the night. I said this was a Taisha and a male to the B question, and you can add Downsizing Diva into that, right? Even though I'm not in maintenance. Okay, so what is now this just make an inference because we didn't talk a lot about this, but based on what you know and what you think, I love her emoji she's using. You guys are so funny with the emojis. I remember my room is decorated in smiley face. That's my theme. Okay, so what is a potential concern regarding the type of weight loss with these medications? What do people always harp about? They want something to complain about, don't they? So is it A, the loss of bone density? Is it B, the loss of muscle mass? Is it C, the loss of water weight? Is it D, the loss of organ function? Write your letter in the chat. A, B, C, or D. I repeat, is it A, loss of bone density? Is it B, loss of muscle mass? Is it C, the loss of water weight? Or is it D, the loss of organ function? What do you think it is? We gotta take a drink of water on that one. I'm out of water. Jeez Louise. Okay. Oh, Tracy came in on that one. Hey, Tracy. Okay, what do you guys think? Okay, here we go. Okay, so we got a lot of B. We got an A and B. Nerd, you're funny. Love it. Okay. So let's see the predictions we have here. We have Bellflower with the B, another 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 B. All right, B. If it's not B, something's wrong with you and me. B. Mindy hits us with the A and B. Mayor Mindy. We got a B. And Nerd says the loss on B for Bootie. That was cute. Okay, so you guys, if it's not B, I am going to I don't know what I'm gonna do, but it is. I don't have to do anything because it is B. I think everybody got that correct. Yay, yay, and yay. We got to give everybody some confetti. Yes, yes, yes. Very good, very good. All right, it's starting to rain super hard. Jeez Louise. Okay. All right. So you guys did an awesome job. So hopefully you took one or two facts. And then if you need some facts for the video, you can get this study. So I think I mentioned the study in the description of the chat. So if you want to, go and see what that study is, rewatch the video. You can always do that, right, to get the facts. But I thought that was very interesting. Very interesting. I feel a little bit more informed about Wegovy because I knew a lot of this stuff, but some of those facts I didn't like the percentages I didn't know in my head like I do now. So I think that was good. Very good. It says, and now the findings of this trial was presented at the European Congress on Obesity. That's a place I hadn't heard of. The European Conference on Obesity. Yeah, so very good. So Wegovy, I learned about Wegovy. I didn't know a whole lot about Wegovy. Anybody else using Wegovy in here besides Bev, and then we have Startup, and both of them want to switch over to Zepbound. Any Wegovy users, if you're not in the chat, come in the chat. Let us know what is up with Wegovy. Wegovy was where it was at. Now that Zepbound came along, it's just kind of taking a back seat. But that's okay. That is okay. All right, so I'm trying to go back and find Darium's question about people saying that they're only losing 2 pounds and only losing 3 pounds. People were telling Darium what they consider a slow weight loss. Let's see. That was Darium said he's been in a lot of lives. It's Darium, you're doing well. Since some don't get to that level of loss week to week, at least I did not. Yeah, and I really didn't either week to week, but over time it adds up. Slow and steady over time. Pamela, you're so funny. Okay, so somebody else made a comment for Darium. Okay, it was Jen. I had plenty of women saying they are losing slow if they went out drinking and partying and lost 1 pound. That's That's why I said it's thrown around too loose. Jeez, Louise. She's like, you went out drinking and that's funny. That reminds me, I was watching, and I'm not gonna say the content creator's name because I really, really think this person is cool. But I was watching this content creator, and this was when I first started my Mounjaro journey. And so she was walking like a trail, and she was talking into the camera and stuff. And she was saying how, I think she was just starting on Mounjaro. I can't remember if it was, I want to say it was Mounjaro. And she was just starting, and she was saying how she really didn't lose. It's so funny. It's kind of like what Jen just said. She was saying how she didn't really lose. And so I was just thinking like, oh, wow, I wonder what she did. And she was like, well, it could be I had, like, I want to say she said she had 2 glasses of wine. And she was not that she didn't lose. She was saying how she got sick. And she didn't know why she got sick on this medication. And it was either she didn't lose or she got sick. But anyway, she was saying, oh, I drank 2 glasses of wine. And I thought, that's why. Because that's one of the things they talk about on the website, right? About the alcohol consumption. So, and there's nothing against you if you drink the alcohol. Some people can drink it and have no side effects, or it doesn't affect them. But if you're complaining about not losing, though, I do agree. If you're drinking that alcohol, you probably have to cut that. Right. And although they say you can have a glass of red wine. So if you're a red wine connoisseur, you're in there, right? But you just got to have it in moderation. Mel B, those numbers aren't my numbers. You've seen the videos where people say they only lost 2 or 3 pounds and it's slow. Mel, haven't you seen those videos? My numbers are way different. Okay. All right, so I think that's all the comments. Okay, so is anybody celebrating anything? Okay, wait. We are celebrating something right now. Guys, I'm gonna talk about my journey on my new YouTube channel. I'll keep you posted. I'm all up in your business, and I figure I could try telling my story. Yay! I love that. We got to get you some confetti for sure. Yes, yes, and yes. Very good. Good for you. I love that. I think that's gonna be so cool. Nerd is starting a channel. Jeez, Louise, we love it. We love it. I can't wait to hear all about it. I mean, and see what you're doing and how you're doing it. And while she's saying that, I would like to add, just let me say something to all the people that are watching or not, or may catch the replay. People do really watch the replays. So I love that. Hit that like button though. If you haven't remembered to do that, hit the like button. And I'm glad my channel is growing. And as my channel is growing, and I feel like I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere. It's harder for me to comment on other people's videos. It's all I could do to really just comment on mine, stay engaged with those shorts, stay engaged with the comments. So usually when I'm watching videos, and I'm not even really watching, I'm listening, because I'm on my way to work and I'm listening to it. I'm not watching it because I'm driving. And so I'm listening to these videos and hearing people doing a great job. And on the weekends, that's my time to like go in there and try to comment as I can. And anybody who knows me knows I love to write, and I like to write a lot. And that's what I was doing when I first started, writing a lot. Now I've had to kind of scale that back just because there's so many comments. And then YouTube, I don't know if you guys know, but YouTube holds comments too. Patrice Denise was just telling me that she, I had commented on her videos, like usually on the weekends. If I don't catch hers during the week when I'm driving, I watch on the weekends. And I just think her editing and her video quality is just I mean, it's awesome. It's just superb. And so I love watching her. And then I love her, her spiritual journey she talks about in her videos. And so anyway, I said all that to say, I had commented on her videos, and maybe like 2 weeks later, she's like, I'm just seeing this DD. They held the comments. I didn't know. So it's a real thing. Like, they do hold comments, and we don't know why they do that, because none of the comments are provocative or saying anything negative. They're very positive comments. So I don't know why people are holding them. So I'm just saying this for the other content creators, not the subscribers and people that aren't making content, because you're not, we're not watching anything of yours. But for people making comment, just know that I am watching. If I'm not in there commenting right away, I am watching. It might be a week or two later, especially in May. This month, this is a busy month. I'm ending my school year. My daughter's ending her school year. I was telling somebody the other night, we have 7 people retiring in my building. So in addition to what we're doing with the staff and with our teachers, I'm being invited to things at their houses. So I just have so much going on. This is a busy month. And if you have kids, you know how the end of the month is. Plus, this also picks up the season for sports. A lot of sports things are going on with the, weather warming up. So, I just want to shout out the content creators in here that I know. So if you're in here and you're a content creator, put your channel in the chat so people can go and visit you. Because even if we see the same people in the chat, people do watch, the people go and watch the replay, and I've even had some of my friends to tell me they watched the replay and they saw somebody's channel that talked about it in here, and they went and subscribed to their channel. So even if it's not in the chat, people are seeing you when we're on here. So, for those people, I just want to, shout you out and shout you out. So if I'm not commenting necessarily, I am watching. Okay, so yeah, we want to know for Nerd Startup when that new channel is coming. So we have um, Debbie's Weight Loss Revolution. Oh, Debbie's Weight Loss Revolution. That's my new channel. Okay, I thought your channel was already called Debbie's Weight Loss Revolution. Okay, so we have Perfectly Pamela. Okay, so yeah, you could go subscribe to Ner, and then when she starts making videos, we're already on it, right? Hit that notification bell. I love that. Okay, I'm gonna do that too. Okay, very good. Yes, yes, yes. So so Nerd Startup Incubator, let's go to that. I might have to go to, sometimes I can't find the channels that fast necessarily. I don't know. Um, Geez, Louise. Uh, Okay, so I'm gonna go and find that and subscribe to that, to her channel. So we got Debbie, we got Nerd, we got Pamela, Perfectly Pamela. We have, who else is a content creator here? If I'm missing you, please say something in the chat. I think that's all I see. I'm scrolling up. Real Journal Talk with V. That sounds like a channel. Do you have your channel? I don't know. It sounds like that should be a channel name. Let's see, anybody else? If I missed you, put it in the chat there so we can see you and subscribe. I love that. Very good. So I think that's it. And then Simply Taisha, I know she was multitasking. Kim J, Sweet Healthy Live. She's also a content creator. Go and check out her channel. Kim to the J. Let's see, who else? I'm trying to find Simply Taisha. I know she was up at the top. She's multitasking here. All right, I don't see her. Wait a minute. Did I leave anybody out? Oh, Bobby. There's Bobby. Where's Bobby? She said she was on the phone. Here's Bobby. Kirsten, are you a content creator? Your name sounds content creator like. And like that sounds like a content creator channel name. Let's see. Anybody? Okay, here you are, Simply Taisha. So if I left anybody out, let me know. Let me know. Does anybody have anything they want to celebrate before we head out? I gotta go all the way back down. It's Darium. That's a great idea. See, Darium, you are awesome. You're always thinking. It's Darium says, drop a red heart in the chat if you are a content creator. I love that. Drop a red heart. Red is my color. What is Mel to the B saying? Let's see. Let's see. We have some great content creators. Thank you. I watch all the replays all the times. Live don't always work for my schedule. Yes, yes, yes. I agree. Congrats to Debbie. Thank you. Yes, 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 Debbie. Yes. I would love for a male to do shorts on menopause and hormone therapy. Yes, yes, yes. Male to the B. Male, that would be awesome. Okay. You do have a channel, Real Journal Talk with B. Okay, I gotta go check you out. Now I wonder. Sometimes they don't come up at like. I wonder if it's gonna. I'm gonna type it in there and see if it comes up. Sometimes it doesn't always come up. Real. Let's see. Real Journal Talk with B. Journal Talk with B. Okay. Yes, you have 509 subscribers. Well, we got to get you monetized. Look at you, you beautiful lady. Oh my goodness. Okay, very good. So we're going to subscribe. She's at 509. So we're trying to get her and Pam, all you guys. But when you get over that 500 hump, you're monetized. I don't know about your watch hours though. Do you have 3,000 watch hours? Because you could you can start doing some creative things with your channel. Very good. So you're halfway there. I feel like it's like that weight loss. Like once you get over the 100, then you get to the 200. It's like you're climbing that hurdle. That's awesome. Very good. Yeah, some of these channels, like that's good that you thought about your name, like that it would be a channel for YouTube because you could tell. Dee Dee, I miss the Turtle Diary sweet tea. I do too. She was my compound person that I would go to hear about like she just had like that a sister girl, I'm telling you a story, type of feel. And I get that from Perfectly Pamela. So I do get that from Perfectly Pamela too. And so I'm over there checking her out. She has that, girlfriend. I'm gonna tell you like it is. About my week, about what's going on. And I love that for her. I love that. Okay. I'll be starting one under a new name. It will be set up by this time next week. Okay. All right. Well, just let us know. The Turtle Diary. She said, y'all know I'm in the bushes, man. LOL. I love that. I love that. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. She said, the male B, when you try it, let me know what you think. I really love this. What are you guys talking about? Let's see. What did we say? Okay, so wait, I'm sorry, it skipped me down. Jeez Louise. Get those steps in. She said she was out walking and listening. Turtle, we miss your updates. Yes, yes, yes. Oh gosh, it's going slow. I'm like, don't stop. We got Turtle Diaries on here. Don't kick her off. Taisha, I'm going to try that program maybe once a week to complete my strength coaching. Okay, all right, very cool. All right, Delilah is checking in. Delilah says she just got home. It was Wednesday. Okay, all right, very good, Delilah. Hey, sweet tea. I love that. Sweet tea is Darium in the bushes across from you. People are saying hello to Delilah. She says, yes, I love watching all the content creators on live. Yes, yes, yes. We love that too. We love that too. Very good. All right, I'm so glad. So I found one new channel, possibly two, right? And then Debbie, you got to clarify because Debbie, I thought, so you started a new channel. What are your two channel names? I know the one. Do I not know the two? How do I not know the two, Debbie? I've never said kicking my butt and loving it ever at Taisha. You're inspiring, LOL. Yes. Okay. What Taisha says, the new strength training routine is kicking my butt and I love it. It's been a very long time since I've been this sore. Very good. So that's it's working, huh? You got to get ready for that fine cruise you got coming up. All right. And let's see. Let's see. Okay, I lost my train at my thing here. Okay. All right. So any celebrations? Do you guys have any celebrations? What are we celebrating before we leave? Because I gotta go. It's 10:15. It's 10:15. I gotta get off here. Okay, any celebrations before we go? Let's see. Oh geez, this chat is just not I don't see any celebrations before we leave. So if not, you guys, I will see you on Friday. Friday, I'm gonna try to get my update video out for Mother's Day. I'm gonna get that out on Thursday, if not Thursday, Friday, early Friday, hopefully. And then I'll see you on Friday, and then I will be back next Sunday. Did I get to that 70 pounds? We shall see. So thank you guys for joining me on live. I had a blast with you guys. You guys are very smart. You're up on these GLP-1s. I love it. Have a great rest of your week and stay safe. Stay safe. Bye. Have a good night.